Episode 5. How to make quality seedlings the Grow Machines way. We start with a dream and a handful of seed. Quality seed, that's the first thing we need. Then we fetch the foam and the planter too from Grow Machines, yeah. Tried and true, grow it right. From seed to lighting, growers foam so clean and bright. Years of trying, now we see the side. We learn the way to grow it right. Place the miter on the base so neat. 2 foam blocks make the bed complete. Lay the stencil down, punch away. 70 holes we plant today. Small seeds, big seeds, clusters too. Flat ones for cucumbers, we know what to do. Take the knife, let the miter guide. Cut both ways, cross and wide. Not too deep, just to the base. Perfect little cubes in place. So tastic lid cut nice and round. Tweezers ready, steady hand found. Hold it upside down, shoot the seed in tight. Don't close the holes, let the plant find light. If they're upside down, they'll turn around. Nature's wise, yes, she's sound.
Oh yes, 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 yes.
Let them float, let them breathe. Watch them wake beneath the trees.
Oh yes, 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 yes.
Foam and water, pH 5.5. Tiny hearts come back alive. Now to the ebb and flow we go. pH 5.8, just so. 3 to 5 cycles every day. Water lifts then drains away. Add your feed, EC16. Watch those roots do all their tricks. When they reach the foam's far side, seedlings stand in growers' pride. Grow it right, from seed to lighting. Growers foam so clean and bright. From foam to leaf, from tray to bed. Strong young plants are daily bread. That's how we do it. Clean, smart, and simple. From seed to seedling, the Grow Machines way.
%50 of your success in hydroponics depends on the quality of your seedlings. And that's not just a quote. It's the truth that separates average growers from great ones. For the last 3 minutes, we watched the process unfold. From tiny treated seeds to strong, uniform seedlings ready for transplant. You felt the rhythm, you saw the precision and the beauty of it all. But behind that short demonstration lies a world of detail. And that's what we're going to explore now. Because every perfect crop starts here. In the quiet moments when a seed cracks open, when roots take their first breath, and when we decide that only the best will make it to our production lines. So, in this episode, we're going to walk through each stage again, step by step, and unpack what really makes a great seedling. The right seed, the right medium, the right handling, the right environment, and the right timing. Let's go deeper. Let's build the foundation for your success. One perfect seedling at a time. Every great seedling starts here, with the seed itself. Never compromise on your seed quality. It might look simple, but this tiny pellet carries the full potential of your crop. Always choose professional, treated seed from trusted suppliers. These are primed for uniform germination, disease resistance, and consistent size. exactly what you need in hydroponics. Remember, cheap seed is the most expensive mistake you can make. Now, let's move from seed to setup. To produce uniform seedlings at scale, we use a grower's foam planter, a simple but precise system that you can buy directly from our online store. Everything you see here has a purpose. The miter gives structure, the base supports the foam block, the stencil guides your punch pattern for perfect spacing, the punches make uniform holes for each seed, the knife trims your foam neatly, and the grower's foam itself is where your seedlings will take root. Each part is designed for accuracy and hygiene, so every tray you produce is consistent and ready for transplant. The first step is simple but important. Place your base inside the miter. This gives you a clean, stable work area and ensures your grower's foam fits perfectly when we start cutting and punching. Accuracy starts here because every small detail now determines how uniform your seedlings will be later. Let's take a closer look at the miter. It's not just a container, it's also a cutting guide. The miter allows you to use your knife safely and accurately to cut each foam block to the perfect size and achieve full uniformity from one block to the next. That's what gives you professional consistency, tray after tray. This system you see here is our basic grower's foam planter. Simple, durable, and reliable. It's ideal for small to medium scale commercial operations, training centers, and research setups. With this single system, you can produce thousands of high quality seedlings each week, all with minimal labor and excellent accuracy. For larger farms that plant big volumes daily, we also design a professional planter system, built on the same principles but designed for speed and efficiency. This advanced version includes a seed holding block for continuous loading, a multi-hole punch that creates 20 holes at once, a double-size planter frame, and a collector dispenser that works with a standard vacuum cleaner to pick up 20 seeds at a time and place them precisely into each hole. This professional version is fast and consistent, but it's specialized. It's mainly for small, round or pelleted seeds, like lettuce, broccoli and cauliflower. It's not ideal for flat or irregular seeds, such as cucumbers, pumpkins or zucchini. It can work for tomato seeds, but because of their unique shape, accuracy may vary slightly. So, if you're working with these small, round seeds and planting at scale, it's a fantastic investment. But for most growers, the basic system is more than enough. We built all our planters on order, whether it's the compact version or the professional one, each designed to fit your farm's production needs perfectly. Now that the base is in position, the next step is to place two of our standard grower's foam blocks inside the miter, on top of the base. They should fit in snugly, not tight, not loose, just perfectly aligned. That way, when we cut or punch later, the blocks don't move and every hole is made exactly where it should be. Once the foam is in place, we take the stencil and position it neatly on top. The stencil is your guide. it ensures every seed hole is spaced evenly and every row lines up perfectly across all your blocks. Before we start punching holes, let's talk about the punches themselves. These punches have very specific profiles, designs that I developed over many years of testing and refinement. Each one is shaped to give the seed exactly what it needs for correct orientation, root release, and early leaf development. We divide our seeds into three categories. First, the larger flat seeds, things like pumpkin, zucchini, squash, and cucumber. These must always be planted with the sharp point facing down because that's where the radical root will emerge during germination. These are placed manually by hand. Simply pick them up with your fingers or a tweezer, drop them into the hole, sharp point down, and let them slide in naturally. Don't push them too deep. They should basically just fall into the hole. If you press them in too far, the foam can grip them too tightly and the stem might struggle to push through for first leaf unfolding. This is the punch designed for that group. You'll notice its wide profile that allows the flat sides of the seed to sit naturally, with room for the radical to extend into the foam. Second, we have the small seeds, usually pelleted and around 2 to 4 millimeters in diameter, like lettuce or cauliflower. For these we use this punch, smaller in diameter and made for accurate depth and uniform spacing. Third, the medium size or cluster seeds, like tomato, pepper or Swiss chard. This punch has sharper internal edges that allows the seed to grip the foam slightly and reorient themselves naturally as they germinate. It can even be used for smaller seeds in some cases, and sometimes it works better depending on your cultivar. So it's always worth experimenting a little to see which punch gives you the best results. Once you've selected the correct punch, place the stencil firmly on top of the foam and punch the holes using the stencil as your guide. Work methodically across the entire block until all holes are made to the same depth. Ideally, each seed should sit about 10 millimeters below the top surface of the foam once planted. Deep enough for moisture and darkness, but shallow enough for easy emergence. And that's how you prepare your grower's foam. Precise, uniform, and ready for seeding. Once all the holes are punched, we are ready to cut the foam. For this step, we use a simple but effective tool, a stainless steel 50 centimeter ruler. We use these as knives for one reason. They're made from spring steel, which means they don't bend easily and always gives you a perfect straight cut. Start by gently removing the stencil from the top of the foam. You can use your pinky in one of the holes to take it out. The holes are now made and we can begin cutting. When you cut, keep the sharp edge facing down. Hold the ruler firmly on both ends with your hands and press it down in the slots of the miter. Once you reach the bottom, pull it out through the side or sideways. Don't try to lift it straight out because that might pull the foam out of position. And after you've finished one direction, repeat the same process in the other direction. Now this creates a neat grid of perfectly shaped cubes for your seedlings. Now it's very important that you don't cut all the way through. Cut only down to the base of the miter. That's why the slots are there. It controls your depth and ensures you don't slice the foam completely apart. The bottom layer that remains uncut is critical. It keeps all the cubes joined together as one block. When these blocks are later placed into your ebb and flow seedling machine, that connection prevents the individual cubes from floating away when the trays flood. If the cubes separate, the seeds can drift, mix up, or even wash out completely, and that can cause total chaos in your seedling machine. So remember, cut to depth, not through, and that is the art of preparing perfect growers foam blocks, uniform, stable, and ready for seeding and germination. Now that your growers foam is perfectly prepared, it's time to sow the seeds. For the large flat seeds, like cucumber, pumpkin or zucchini, it's still best to plant them by hand, just as we explained earlier. Pick them up with your fingers or a tweezer, place them sharp point down, and simply let them slide into the holes. Don't push them in, just let them drop naturally into position. For smaller seeds, here's a practical trick that works extremely well. Take a plastic lid, something like the lid from your seed container, or even a Milo tin lid works perfectly. Now, use a side cutter to cut a small V slot into the edge of the lid, just wide enough for one seed to pass through. Hold the lid upside down, fill it with about 80 seeds, and use a tweezer to gently tap or shoot each seed through that slot into its hole. It's simple, low-cost solution, not as fast as our professional vacuum planter, but once your hand gets used to it, you'll be surprised at how quickly and accurately you can sow. Make sure every hole gets one seed only. If you accidentally drop 2 seeds into one hole, remove the extra one immediately. If 2 seedlings germinate in the same cube, they'll compete with each other, and when you try to pull one out later, you'll often damage the other. Note, there are cases, like with spring onions, where you can actually grow more than one plant in the same cube. This next point is very important. Planting in growers foam is not the same as planting in soil. Never cover your seeds with bits of foam or anything else. Leave them open, just as they are. Some seeds will fall upside down or sideways. That's perfectly fine. Seeds have an amazing ability to orientate themselves using light. When light reaches the top, they naturally know which way is up and which way is down, and they germinate stronger and faster. If you cover them, many seeds can get trapped under the foam surface and never fully unfold. Once you finish sowing, remove the miter carefully so you don't disturb the blocks. The foam should now be perfectly seeded and ready for transfer. Place the 2 seeded foam blocks into your seedling tray. A standard size tray holds 140 seedlings, but on our ebb and flow machines, we often use 2 half-size trays to reach the full capacity of 1,820 seedlings. The planter we're using here processes and sows 2 foam blocks at a time. That's 70 seedlings. So to fill one standard tray, you'll simply repeat the process twice. It's easy, repeatable, and incredibly efficient once you get into the rhythm. And that's it. Your tray is now seeded, precise, and ready for germination. And that brings us to the end of this episode. We've covered a lot, from choosing quality seed to preparing your grower's foam and sowing every seed with care and precision. My time's up for today, but in the next episode, we'll take it even further. We'll talk about watering and germination, how to prime the seeds correctly, how to manage the humidity simulation cycle, and then how to transfer your seedlings into the ebb and flow system. Plus, a few extra tips to help you master that process. So, stay tuned, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next one, where we turn those tiny seeds into strong, healthy seedlings ready for production.